Okay, so now that the hard part of Fossil Rue is over, we just need to get through the rest of it with no encounters. Simple, right? Well, it may take a few tries. I start off by going into the mod shop and selling off a bunch of stuff that I no longer have any use for. You'll notice that when I sold ores, I only sold 21, even though I had 24 of them. I made sure to leave 3 in my inventory, because having 3 ores is the only way that I can set it down for Lucky 7 in the future Tantarian fight, without using a prep battle beforehand. The Flame Staff doing guaranteed 18 damage method will not be available to me, because VP will have his stat raising equipment on. So it's important to keep the 3 ore. Now here I pick up the fairy earrings. I'll be using these fairy earrings to teach level up to several characters. Now, Queen absolutely must have level up for combined stats. And then Dagger and Freya will also be using level up for a minor advantage, but not really important. For the rest of them, it's just for kicks. Since the other characters have room in which they can learn abilities that they don't really need for the run, I like to give them level up and ability up, just to make the post-Excalibur 2 part a bit easier to get going. So now we have to navigate the Gargants to get through Fossil Rue, flipping switches and such. This can be quite tricky for new players, but once you get how the switch system works, it's pretty easy to get through. Basically, you have to flip switch 1, then switch 2, then flip switch 1 again, and then you can go on to the next area. The tricky part is just getting through here with no encounters. This screen, in particular, can be annoying. For some reason, it seems to me that it's a lot more likely to get an encounter going through this screen this way, as opposed to going the other way earlier. I don't know what's up with that. And the perfect game guide says to save again with that Moogle over by Stiltskin, but there's not very much danger from here to the next Moogle, so I skip that save. Although you technically can still get an encounter here, and in the next screen. So there I pulled switch 4, which for some reason comes before switch 3. I don't know what's up with that. That allows me to come over here and pick up Lamia's Tiara. If you just want to get through Fossil Rue, then you don't actually have to pull that switch at all. It's just for that chest. pull switch 4 again so that we can continue on to the next area. And now when climbing across these vines, you have to be careful to not go right under that head. You need to leave a bit of space between you and the head, otherwise it'll wash you out. And now here we pay a potion to this guy so that we can do some mining. And the only reason we need to do this is to free Cuppo. Freeing Cuppo takes anywhere from 8 to 12 hits. This time I got it in 10, which is average. It's definitely not worth resetting for, even if you get stuck with 12, because it's only a couple extra seconds. So now the Cuppo is free, we need to take his letter to Cuppo and save. Now we continue on for the rest of it. By the way, I forgot to mention earlier that the reason I sold a bunch of stuff here in Fossil Rue instead of waiting until Black Mage Village is because I will not be visiting the weapon shop before I go to the synthesis shop. And I need some extra money in order to buy everything that I want to at the synthesis shop. So selling the stuff now lets me save a few seconds by not having to visit any other shop before the synthesis shop in Black Mage Village. So now we pull switch 3, which will let us leave Fossil Rue. And then we deliberately get washed out so we can go to the Gargant. And we're out. Now you cannot get encounters on the world map until about 4 seconds after the words outer continent disappear. So make sure to take full advantage of that time by running as far as you can during that time. And then if you're lucky, you can make it all the way to these chocobo tracks without an encounter. And then we can ride Choco the rest of the way to Conde Petit. Now I'm careful to line up Choco just right, in between the two routes, a little bit to the right. Lining him up like this will make it easier on me when I leave Conde Petit, because then I can just go straight down, not have to turn the camera at all. Now Conde Petit will be blocked off on disc 4, so all the treasure in it is missable. So we need to make sure we grab all of it in between the 2 visits that we make to Conde Petit. This time around we'll just be picking up 2 treasures. First this gill here by the entrance. And the Phoenix Pinion in this screen. And also make sure to pick up the letter from that Moogle. And now we find the Black Mage. Hurry, chase after it. Now we're heading to Black Mage Village. Now, since I have the Abandoned Beach chocograph, and I'll be passing right by its location, I figure I might as well take a few extra seconds to dig it up. This will get me an extra 9,000 gil later when I sell the Phoenix Pinions. The rest of the stuff there isn't really useful. It's purely for the gil. And now we save outside Black Mage Village.